Should you let your child play violent video games? Video games are everywhere around us and have continued to grow each year. It is a $20 billion industry for just consoles and games alone. Since its conception, it's expanded from arcades to consoles, handheld games, to now being able to play on your mobile devices. This means it's getting more and more accessible to anyone with the ability to use electronics. Should we be paying closer attention to the content in the games that we allow our child to play? Parents began asking this question after they became aware of the Columbine killers were avid players of Doom, a game that teaches killing skills so effectively that the U.S. military has modified version to train its soldiers. Today we explore the negative effects of violent games on younger users. The difference between playing violent games and watching violence on television, the possible alternative video games that are productive. During and after playing a violent video game, students were linked to feelings of aggression and hostility. In the study of 227 college students, the researchers found increased delinquency among those who played violent video games throughout their high school years. Violent games are defined as those in which intentional harm is done to a character motivated to avoid that harm. The definition is not an indication of a graphic or gory nature of any violence depicted in the game. The latest versions of Doom, Mortal Kombat, and Half-Life feature realistic sound effects and depictions of violence that are close to motion picture quality, as limbs are blown off and organs splattered. These games teach kids to connect gore and glory in the fantasy world in which most vicious killers are winners. A new review of 130 strongly suggests playing violent video games increases aggressive thoughts and behaviors and decreases empathy regardless of gender, age, or culture. Does watching a violent movie on TV show have the same effect on a child? Actively playing video games lead children to behave more aggressively than those who passively watch the game or violent television instead. Owing to direct control over the child's behavior, a large effect is expected for video game violence than television violence. Moreover, violent video game players are directly rewarded for their acts of aggression in terms of a high score, thus instigate the use of aggression in real life. Since most adolescents are inevitably going to play video games, how should you approach purchasing them for your child? They range from C for young children to A for an adult, which indicates extreme violence. Parents should read the box carefully, looking for the ratings in such descriptions as extremely graphic violence. Many games rated E contain violence. A family should keep its PC and gaming console in a public place in their home and pay close attention to games that command the kids' attention. Games that involve more strategy than sword fighting and ones that focus more on visual display seem to broaden a child's mind. Children will always play video games. It is your decision after you've seen the effects of violent games compared to television and how to purchase what you feel is appropriate to your child. I implore you to take all this into consideration to do what's right for the younger generation.